Hey everybody, and welcome to the Pike Homestead. First and foremost, Happy New Year. We are here. It is January 1st. We're early afternoon here today. It is currently minus 30 here on the farm. And yeah, we're looking forward to a very exciting new year full of a lot of good stuff we're going to be pushing forward with here. What we want to do is we want to set out our goals. Just give you a kind of a go over of the stuff we want to get accomplished this year, and it's a lot of work, so we're going to get started with that. Now, as we're homesteading, first and foremost, we want to be growing as much food as possible. So we've got to establish our garden. We've kind of picked a spot that we think is going to be pretty good, and we want to grow as much as we possibly can. We've got done the calculations on what we need for seed and stuff, and what we should get out of it, and learn to tweak and grow from there as we see what happens. Because really, that's what our first year, like our first actual year here on the homestead, is going to be about. It's going to be figuring it out, seeing what's there, and making those changes for years to come, so we can figure it out as we go. So yeah, get started on that. That's the first and foremost big major thing that we're going to be doing. To go along with that, number two is learning how to do canning and preserving all of that food, because that's not a thing we've ever done before. We've got all the infrastructure we need in the house. We've got a root cellar, and the cold storage rooms and the dry storage down in the basement. So we're gonna make use of that and learn how to do that effectively, and preserve as much food as we can, so we're less dependent on having to go shopping every week. So that's going to be really exciting. So the third thing on our list that we want to get done this year is fixing up some of these fences here. Get them to be, well, for all the corrals here, get them to be goat proof, give them a bit more range area for when we're not having them out helping out in the garden, as well as some of the perimeter fencing, especially just beyond that fence there and that in that pasture. A lot of it is falling down. It's all in a fairly low-lying wet area, and a lot of the fence posts have rotted or just come loose, so they've got to be replaced, especially as that's going to be a field where we're doing a lot of work come next year. That's it's a prime spot for our garden and everything, and we'd like to get some fencing put in there. And again, if we're going to have goats and stuff roaming around and helping fertilize and manage the garden, we want it to be sealed up so they're not heading out to the road and the highway, which are bordering that field. So yeah, that's number 3 on the list for this year. So number 4 on the list is to continue to make upgrades to the barn. I've already got a few things planned here that you'll be seeing pretty soon. After moving the chickens in there, we got to fix up some lighting for them and continue to do that. So I'll be still making little changes and improvements in the barn, making it more useful for what we're going to intend to do it with, because there's equipment and stuff established in there that we're not necessarily using, so it can get out of the way so we can do other things. All these little things that have just been kind of let slide over the years, so we need to get it back up in ship shape and cleaned up and brighter, and so we'll continue pecking away at that. Number 5 on our list for this year is to clean and organize my workshop. It's been left in quite a state. It was set up as a mechanical kind of shop, servicing the farm for tractors and cars and everything you need out here. But I'm not a mechanic, so I can change the oil on my car. That's about it. Anyway, so there's tons of parts and everything left in there that needs to be cleaned up, sorted, and figured out and reorganized for the projects that we're going to be doing here. So that's a goal that's near and dear to my heart here, and we'll probably get started on that this spring to get it kind of cleaned up and easier to work in with a better flow for how I work. I'll get that done before we can put plants in the ground. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that done. Number 6 on the list is to start hatching and growing some more chickens. So we've got, our flock here, and we want to expand that. We want to get a more mobile flock going, have them situated out in the garden area where they can be most use with creating the soil and taking care of bug problems and stuff like that when it's appropriate to let them loose. So part of that will be rebuilding my chicken coop and placing it out there, get them working on composting and pooping and eating bugs and other stuff that might get in the way. So number 7 on our list for this year is we want to look into options for farmers markets. So we're growing food. If we have any to spare, we want to look at what's available here. Like there's a poll put out for just our region here, whether or not they wanted to start at the local hall. So hopefully that goes through, because that's something we'd like to get involved with, if not this year, then next year, and at least find out what the lay of the land is. With the chickens, we're hoping to get a lot more eggs this year. So even if we're just going there and selling a few dozen eggs each week, that's all good, right? So yeah, we'd like to look into options for that. So that's another thing we'd like to get established is market presence. There's also the microgreens that we could be selling there. There's not a huge amount in the way of microgreen sellers here, so we're hoping that we can maybe dip our toes in there and and get some market presence and start building our name there. Number 7 on our list is we'd like to continue to assist our neighbors with their cows and their herd. So whether that's helping graze or just me going out and assisting when they need it. I've done that a few times already, and we'd like to continue to grow that relationship and that community here. So number 9 on our list is we also want to start growing our food forest, and that means getting trees in the ground. So we want to start with our fruit and nut trees and start getting them established and laid out, as well as other trees. Like we're looking to do a little bit of rewilding of our property here, get some more native and local tree varieties growing again and some of the pasture here, and start reestablishing that as kind of a refuge to work with nature as we grow the homestead here. So number 10 on the list is we want to look at getting a new car garage kind of set up here. So right now we're using the shop, which is right back there, and it's a good distance from the house. So especially if you're wanting to just quickly run out to the store or something, you also got to freeze your ass off and get over to the shop. And there's also more area that we need to clear snow. So we want to get something a little closer to the house, and this is probably going to be one of the more cost prohibitive projects this year, but we'd like to get started in it, at least get a plan laid out for where and what we're going to use to build it. And if we can, we'll start building it. So that's another piece of the puzzle for this year, and one that I think for me would be pretty exciting to put together. It'd be a nice challenge. So hopefully we can make that happen. So number 11 on our list is to get the farm off grid. We are looking at getting solar installed. Wheels are already turning on this project. So I'm here on the south side of the barn here, because those big roofs are perfect for a whole bunch of solar panels. Metal roof, clear view of the sky from dawn till dusk, and it gives us a lot of open air to be generating power at no additional cost to us, or well, at least less of a cost than being on grid here. One of the surprises we had with the electricity here is is the transport costs of the electricity. That's not something we'd really considered because it's not something you ever see in the city to that degree. The transport costs out here are oftentimes more than the cost of the electricity itself. It's easily doubling, if not more, than our electricity bill each month while we're here. And part of that is just due to population density, right? It's in the city, it's not something you notice because there's so many people per mile of cable that they have to maintain. Whereas out here, we've got what, 2 or 3 in that mile who have to cover the cost of maintaining those cables and keeping them working and replacing them when need be. So, it's understandable, but it's just not something we had actually anticipated and that we hadn't seen anywhere either. So it's good to get that out there, that the transport costs of the electricity can be high in rural areas. And that's why solar is a great option. There's companies out there that will do it by financing, so especially if you own your property, it's not cost prohibitive, and once you've paid off the equipment, it's yours and you've got free electricity. So that's what we're going to be doing. And that project is, like I said, we've already started it. We've initiated contact and have some more calls coming up about what the cost is going to be, and get some quotes and get rolling on it. So that one's going to be exciting for me. That's something I've wanted to do. Reduce our footprint on the grid and everything like that. So, and get it, more ourselves doing it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to get that one going. And last but not least is part number 12, goal number 12. This is the big one. This is one that we are very excited to share, and it encompasses some of the other goals that we've laid out here. And that is getting our Building Eden project launched. So this is a big one. It encompasses a lot of stuff. We're looking forward to getting it started and showing you what we're doing and teaching you how you can do it yourself. So be sure to check back here on Thursdays, because that's when our Building Eden projects are going. Just giving updates on everything we're doing to set up a fully self-sufficient homestead. So we're really excited about this one. We've been looking forward to sharing it with you. We've got the area and everything picked out to set it up, and serving as an example for what anybody can be doing if you're looking to get out of the buy and sell kind of purchase everything at the cost of everything you make to survive in the city, and move out to an area like this and start being self-sufficient. So really happy and excited about it. And we want you guys to come along with us. Tell your friends, tell your family, get everybody on this one, because it's going to be big, it's going to be long, it's going to be a lot of work, but we're really looking forward to it. And the more we can teach, the more we can show you, the more we can set an example, the better, for us, for you, for the world, for everything. So be sure to check back on Thursdays. That's when our Building Eden projects will be coming up, and we'll be going into more detail about just what it entitles. So anyway, as I'm now nice and frosty for y'all, just wanted to say again, Happy New Year. I wish all of you to have a healthy, safe, and productive year this year. The world has been through a couple of really rough years here, and but those rough years have helped us make the changes that we wanted to make to live the life we want to live. And I wish everybody the opportunity to do that, whether it's big or small. Make your choices, make it better. Even 1% a day adds up to a lot over the course of a year. So make it a little better, make your life a little better, make choices that make you happy, make choices that make you feel worthwhile, make choices that will make your life what you want it to be, rather than just existing, because that's not enough. Make something that you can leave behind for your children and for your children's children. Make a legacy for yourself. So please join us, follow along. It's going to be an exciting adventure. It's going to be a long-term project, but we welcome you into our lives and into our circle here. Join us, learn with us, and make the world you want to live in. Let us know what you think. We want to hear from you. We want to build this community. We want to do a good job. We want to make a better world, and we want to take you along with us. All right. Thank you, and have a very happy and safe new year.